When it comes to owning a car, the upfront price tag is just the beginning. Many people are surprised to learn about the hidden costs that come with owning and maintaining a vehicle. Whether you're considering buying your first car or you've been driving for years, understanding the true cost of car ownership is crucial to making informed financial decisions. In this video, we'll unveil the real costs involved in owning a car, from maintenance to insurance, and help you consider whether it's the right financial decision for you. Let's take a closer look. Upfront costs. The first, and most obvious, cost of car ownership is the purchase price. Depending on whether you're buying new or used, this can vary greatly. New cars can cost anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 or more, depending on the model, features, and brand. Used cars are generally less expensive, but they can still come with a hefty price tag depending on their age, mileage, and condition. Beyond the purchase price, you'll need to factor in sales tax, registration fees, and any dealer charges. Sales tax can range from 5% to 10% depending on your location, and registration fees vary by state. Additionally, you may have to pay for documentation fees or a title transfer. For many people, the biggest upfront cost isn't just the price of the car itself, but the additional fees that often catch them off guard. Financing your car with a loan is another option, but that means adding interest to the total cost of the car over time. Monthly payments, depending on the loan terms, can stretch out over several years, meaning that even after the car is paid off, you might still be dealing with the cost of interest. When purchasing a vehicle, it's essential to account for all these expenses so that you have a clear understanding of what you're committing to financially. Depreciation. One of the most significant and often underestimated costs of car ownership is depreciation. Depreciation refers to the reduction in the car's value over time. A new car can lose 20 to 30% of its value within the first year alone. After 5 years, it may have lost around 60% of its original value, depending on the make and model. The rate at which a car depreciates can vary based on factors like brand reputation, mileage, and condition. Luxury cars and sports cars, for example, tend to depreciate faster than more affordable models. Depreciation is a hidden cost of ownership because, unlike regular maintenance or insurance, it's something that doesn't show up as an ongoing expense. Instead, it's an eventual financial loss when you decide to sell or trade in the car. Understanding how much your car will depreciate can help you assess whether the cost of ownership is worth it in the long run. Fuel costs. Fuel is another ongoing cost that can add up quickly over time, especially if you're driving a vehicle with poor fuel efficiency. The price of gas fluctuates, but it remains a regular expense for most car owners. On average, Americans spend around $1,200 annually on gas, but this can vary depending on your vehicle's fuel efficiency and how much you drive. Fuel-efficient cars can significantly reduce the amount you spend on gas, making it one of the most important factors to consider when purchasing a vehicle. For example, hybrid and electric cars can drastically lower your fuel costs. Electric cars, in particular, can help you avoid gas prices altogether, but they come with their own considerations, like charging infrastructure and potential range limitations. If you're driving a car that consumes a lot of fuel, the cost of filling up the tank can be one of the largest recurring expenses of car ownership. This is particularly true if you have a long daily commute or take frequent road trips. By driving a more fuel-efficient car or considering alternatives like electric vehicles, EVs, you can reduce your fuel costs over time. Maintenance and repairs. Owning a car means taking on the responsibility of maintenance and repairs. Routine maintenance, such as oil changes, tire rotations, and brake checks, can cost anywhere from $100 to $300 per visit. If you drive a newer car, you may have fewer maintenance costs for the first few years, but as your car ages, it will likely require more repairs, which can be expensive. Major repairs, such as engine work or transmission replacements, can cost thousands of dollars. For many car owners, the fear of unexpected repairs is a major consideration. While regular maintenance helps to prevent larger issues, repairs are still a reality of car ownership. As your vehicle ages and accumulates more miles, you'll likely face more frequent and costly repairs. The average annual cost of car maintenance is between $500 and $1,200, depending on the make and model. Having an emergency fund or a repair savings account can help you avoid financial stress when repairs are needed, but the cost of keeping your car in good condition is something you must always factor in. Insurance. Car insurance is another significant ongoing expense for car owners. The average American spends about $1,200 annually on car insurance, but this can vary greatly based on factors like your driving history, the type of car you drive, and where you live. Young drivers and those with poor driving records often pay higher premiums, while drivers of high performance or luxury vehicles face higher insurance costs due to the increased risk of theft or accidents. In addition to the standard liability coverage, you may need to add collision or comprehensive coverage, depending on the value of your vehicle and whether you're financing it. Some people also opt for gap insurance, which covers the difference between what you owe on the car and its current value if it's totaled in an accident. It's important to shop around for the best rates and ensure that you have adequate coverage without overpaying. Insurance premiums can be reduced by increasing your deductible, maintaining a clean driving record, or bundling with other insurance policies, such as home insurance. However, insurance remains a non-negotiable cost for car ownership and should be budgeted for when determining the true cost of owning a vehicle. Registration and taxes. Every year, car owners must pay for registration and vehicle taxes. Registration fees vary by state and are often based on factors such as the car's age, weight, and value. In some states, these fees can run upwards of $100 or more annually. In addition to registration, some states impose vehicle taxes, which can add an extra financial burden. These costs are non-negotiable and must be factored into your budget. While registration and taxes may not be as expensive as other car-related costs, they are recurring expenses that add up over time. Some states also require smog or emissions tests, which can add additional fees to your annual costs. The true long-term cost of ownership. When you add up all of these expenses, upfront costs, depreciation, fuel, maintenance, insurance, and taxes, the true cost of car ownership can be staggering. For many people, the cost of owning a car far exceeds the price of the car itself. A study by AAA found that the average cost of owning and operating a car is around $9,000 per year or $750 per month. This includes all of the expenses discussed above, as well as an allowance for wear and tear on the vehicle. In the long run, the true cost of car ownership depends on how much you drive, the type of car you own, and how well you maintain it. Cars can be expensive to own, especially when you factor in all the hidden costs that many people overlook at the time of purchase. However, understanding these costs ahead of time can help you make a more informed decision about whether owning a car is the right financial choice for you. As you can see, owning a car involves far more than just the monthly payment or the purchase price. When you factor in maintenance, insurance, fuel, depreciation, and other costs, the true cost of car ownership becomes much more apparent. By understanding these expenses, you can make smarter financial decisions and better plan for the future. Thanks for tuning in. Before you buy your next car, consider all the hidden costs and think about how it fits into your overall budget. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts. See you in the next video.